Hello. So today I wanted to share a story that happened this morning actually. So yesterday I went to see a friend and this friend is the mother of an ex-boyfriend of mine. She's actually the mother of the guy that I was in love with for a long time, 20 odd years. That's a whole other story. But so yeah, we've become friends over about the last sort of 5-6 years. And he's currently living with her. He's got himself into a bit of a hole and he's trying to get himself out of it. So he's been living there way longer than either of them wanted. And it's creating problems. He doesn't think he's similar to his mum, I do. I think they've got clashes in that respect. They're both very independent people. They're both very, have lived on their own and very much value their own space and privacy, which is quite difficult in a 2 up, 2 down. And he feels like she's stepping over the boundaries of his space. She feels like he's not respecting her and basically talks over her, doesn't respect her beliefs, opinions. She's got another daughter as well who apparently likes to tell her what to do. So things have been a bit strained for a few weeks, and she was sharing that with me privately last night, and then Mark also started to share with me when she wasn't around. Anyway, this morning they both kicked off over something he was blaming her for, and actually it was his fault. He'd lost something, thought she'd moved it and she hadn't. But it was like, you know, the emotions are very close to the surface, so it only takes a small little thing to... And they both seem to value my opinion, and basically Mark wanted to bring it up in front of me. He apologised to begin with. He said we shouldn't be doing this in front of company, but then at the same time wanted me to be there, to be an arbitrator, to be an outside perspective and be honest. So I was honest with both of them, and they both had valid points, but then they also both have, you know, nobody's perfect, and it's all about communication, and it's all about language, and it's all about respecting somebody else's viewpoint even if you don't agree with it. Because there's no point, if somebody's hard and fast in terms of what they believe, and you're saying, oh, no, but this is what I believe, and actually this is true, you're never going to win the argument. You're just going to piss each other off, and you never get anything resolved until the next time, and it's going to continue. If you continue those conversations, you will continue butting heads, and that's what they've been doing. So in the end, I just said, look, I think you both need to start again. You know, Mark, you're judging your mum on years ago. You know, you're not judging your mum on who she is today. Dolores, you're not perhaps showing who you are today to your kids, because it's easier not to, because you feel like you're being shut down every time you open your mouth. And communication is so important. And then she basically admitted that she is very, very unhappy at the moment. She feels trapped in her situation. She's one of these, she's a free spirit. She would love to up sticks and bugger off and go and see another country, but she's feeling trapped by money. She's feeling trapped by a dog that she got 12 months ago, which she feels she was kind of pushed into a little bit. The dog's beautiful. She loves me. So she's got these self-imposed prison. She's got this self-imposed prison. Excuse me, if you like, and feels powerless to do anything about that. And I just said to her, well, no, you're not. You know, the only person that can change your life is you. And, you know, Mark said, absolutely, I couldn't have put it better myself. He's being a classic guy, and he's trying to give her solutions. And she doesn't want solutions. She wants to be heard. She wants to be respected. And he's doing it from the right place, but he also can come across as a bit bullish. I've been on the receiving end of that, so I can understand where she's coming from. So they both independently thanked me for this morning. I think they just felt like, you know, they've been butting heads, not communicating, just rearing up at each other. And they both felt valued and heard by me, and then I gave my perspective. You know, I agreed with some of what Mark said, I agreed with some of what Dolores said. And they both respected that, and it basically allowed them both to come back to a nice level. And I think he was a bit shocked when she said, I'm very, very unhappy at the moment. I don't think he knew that. I think she was a little bit shocked when he was saying, you know, the situation he's in, he's very unhappy, and feels emasculated, you know, until he can get himself back on his feet and get his own place again, he's feeling emasculated. So it was a positive conversation, and I'm hoping that they can build on it. And she said to me as I left earlier, things will be different when I go and see her again in a few weeks. She's determined. And I did her a reading because I've got some tarot cards, and it was bloody spot on. It was all about her feeling trapped, this self-imposed trappedness. So yeah, I wanted to share that because, you know, a lot of us get into these situations where nobody's listening to the other. Everyone thinks they're right. A simple, small disagreement can turn huge, and you know, and people fall out for years and years because of shit like this. And it's so not necessary. You know, if somebody's got a different belief set to you, even if you really know that's bollocks, it's still their belief set. And I've got my belief set, you've got your belief set, and my truth isn't necessarily your truth or her truth or his truth, and we should all respect each other that we have these beliefs, whether we agree with them or whether we don't. It's that person's right and entitlement to believe what they want to believe. And just be the bigger person. You know, if you get yourself into a situation where it keeps coming up to loggerheads and you can't quite get past that, sometimes you just got to be the bigger person and either walk away from the situation and think, well, fair enough, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, let's just leave it there. Or if it means you've got to apologise for something you've done or said, then do that. Because there's a classic saying, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Most people would rather be right, which means you don't talk to your mother for 5 years or your sister for 2 years. I know what I'd rather be happy. You know, and if somebody really believes they're right, I'll have to respect that and say, fine, I apologise if I made you feel that way. Can we please put it behind us and move forwards? And 9 times out of 10, most people want to do that. They just both want harmony. They just both want a nice, peaceful life and to do the best that they can. And I'm hoping that this morning was the start of that. So I'll find out next time I see them in a few weeks. So yeah, communication is key. Respect the other person's opinions. You're entitled to your opinion, I respect that, but you know, I also have mine. Can we just leave it there? And that could just avoid so many confrontations. So I shall leave it there. I am off to dinner with my mother. It's the bank holiday again. And then I'm meeting a friend later for some drinks. I'll see you tomorrow.